Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Jadar King Hefner and the beautiful Cali Sun, and we're back again for another show. And in this episode, we're going to do a movie review of Blade Runner 1982. And we'll get into that right about now. Hey guys, it's me and my number one Cali, and we're back again to do this review on Blade Runner 1982. And a couple of viewers asked me to do this review a while back, and this is a movie that I've always planned on watching, and I've tried to watch like 5, 6, or 7 times, but I've only been able to get like 10 minutes into the movie, and I forgot, why haven't I finished this movie? But when I was looking at that movie this week, I realized why. It lacks that excitement or factor to really draw you in. And honestly, during the whole movie, none of the actors really provided that excitement that really drew me in. And that includes one of my favorites, in Harrison Ford. But the movie was visually beautiful, especially from the beginning. It depicted a futuristic world. Los Angeles was amazing and lit up. It depicted flying cars, and I was like, yeah, they're real off. If they was to see 2019 right now, they'd be real disappointed. We way off from flying cars. They haven't even mastered these cars driving by themselves on regular streets. But I thought for the time, it probably was amazing visually, because before it, Star Wars to me was a little bit better, and even after it, Terminator was a little bit better visually. But I believe Terminator literally stole from Blade Runner. I'm sure that's been said before. I've never did the research, but after watching this movie, I'm like, Terminator definitely stole from Blade Runner. When I break down this movie, you will see what I mean by them stealing from Blade Runner. With all that said, me and Cali are going to take a deeper dive into this movie. As I hinted at before, the concept of this movie really reminds me of the Terminator, leading me to believe that they stole this concept from Blade Runner. But in Blade Runner, the Tyrell Corporation developed these robots that had reached the Nexus phase, meaning they were literally identical to humans in every way, except for they were more powerful, stronger, and faster. They called these robots replicants, and they used them as slave labor to develop off-world colonies. One day, a group of replicants rebelled on one of these off-world colonies and killed several humans, and therefore Earth declared them illegal and said they should be shot and killed on sight. And they employed special police called Blade Runners to do this job. In this movie, Harrison Ford plays the part of Deckard, who is a Blade Runner. He was basically forced to try to hunt 4 of these replicants who returned to Earth down and kill them. They were said to be trying to break in to the Tyrell Corporation, the very corporation that created them. Deckard was confused as to why these replicants would come back to Earth and risk death, knowing that it was a shoot-to-kill order on their life. He was asking the police chief who forced him to do it, why is this happening? And the police chief said, that's exactly why we hired you. Later on, the police chief went on to say, before you go to hunt these other 4 replicants, I want you to stop by the Tyrell Corporation. They have a very special replicant there, and I would like you to hook the machine up to her to tell if she's a replicant or not. Because they have this machine that if you ask a person a certain amount of questions, it will reveal if they are a replicant or not. When he got there, he met this fine replicant, but he didn't know it was a replicant. So he was talking to her, and eventually Tyrell came out, the owner of the corporation. He said, man, I would love for you to test your machine out on her. And he was like, what's the use of me testing this out on a human? He said, I want to see it not work before I see it work. And Deckard tested her and tested her, and she answered every question correctly. But she finally got one out after a long time. And when she got it out, she walked away very sad. And that's when it really hit Deckard. He said, man, is she a replicant? And Tyrell said, yes. And he was like, but she didn't know she was a replicant. How is that possible? And Tyrell said, because we gave her memories. And Deckard was like, what? You gave her memories? Why would you do that? And Tyrell said, here, we're all about commerce. And our campaign is, we deliver more human than human. And I thought that was a damn powerful line. It might not have been a whole bunch of excitement going on, but it did have some intellectual and futuristic things for you to think about in this movie. So, going forward, yeah, it is very interesting to watch. After Deckard left there, you could tell that he had something for that replicant. He was still thinking about her because they showed several scenes where he kept trying to call her and meet her. And I thought that was sort of amazing for a Blade Runner to sort of be liking a replicant. And later on, she sort of popped up at his apartment, a little argument happened, and she left. And you know what? He felt bad about that, and he kept trying to call her back throughout that movie, trying to get her to come over, and she was doing just like a human woman. She was like, nah, I don't think I want to come over there. I don't think I want to meet you. So I thought all of that was funny. So after he did the test with her, he did get to trying to hunt down the other 4 replicants. He killed one, and another one was getting ready to kill him. And you know who saved him? It was the female replicant that he had tested from before. And he already was liking her and had been calling her. But when she saved his life, that's when he went into love mode, man. He got her to his house, cornered her. He basically aggressively seduced her into making love. Because she resisted at first several times. But she finally relented and was like, you know what? I do want to make love to you. So he made love to her, and it was just funny to me that the Blade Runner even had to give in to that synthetic replicant. She was beautiful. She had that red lipstick working, and I don't blame him one bit in that instance. And he even said, you saved my life, so I owe you one. And I already knew, man, the way he was looking at her, yeah, that bond had definitely grown. So making love to her was definitely the next thing that was finna happen. So continuing with the movie, it's like 2 replicants left. One of the replicants is ranked very high in warfare, and the other replicant is actually a leisure model, basically what some people would call a sex doll, but she actually could fight as well. And those 2 were trying to hunt down Tyrell, the leader of the Tyrell Corporation. They wanted answers. It came to find out they just wanted to live longer. That's the whole reason they were there. That's the whole reason they risked their life. And it was 2 of them left. So what happened was they finally found Tyrell. And that guy that was good at warfare made short work of him. Shortly after that, the leisure model got killed and he was the last one left. What was interesting was that they showed him mourning all of his replicant friends, man. He was truly crying. He was truly hurt. Because these replicants, they learn over time. They grow over time. They like AI on a million steroids. So they learn a lot quicker and a more rapid rate than humans do. So they were highly emotional. And he was literally crying, especially over the leisure model. Her name was Pris, and he was in love with her. So he was enraged about that. And when he did finally catch up with Harrison Ford, man, he got the breaking fingers and everything. It got to a point when he was chasing Harrison Ford down, man, Harrison Ford was damn near finna die. And at the end, you know, you kept seeing him acting like he was getting sicker and sicker, because you'll find out they had a time limit on their life. That's why they was trying to hunt Tyrell down. Like I said, they was trying to extend their life. So when he finally got to Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, before Deckard was getting ready to fall off a building, you know what? He saved him. He saved him. And Harrison Ford was looking confused, like, man, you was just trying to kill me. Why did you save me? And the replicant that was scared of warfare basically said, man, the thing is, I just wanted to live. I just wanted to live. He was like, man, you wouldn't believe some of the things that my eyes have seen out in space, some of the beautiful things and sights that I've seen. And I just don't want that to end. All that's going to end up fading away. He was like, man, I just wanted more time. And you know, as he was telling him that, he ended up dying. And Decker was looking at him like, man, you know what? It's more to this artificial life than we think it is. Just like I say, it's more to these companion dogs than people think they are. Not even the AI version. But he was getting a chance to see AI at the highest level. And he was like, you know what? This artificial intelligence is so close to human life, it was really blurring the lines for him. I thought that was a very unique and futuristic take that they had in this movie. So although it wasn't filled with all this continuous excitement, it did have several things that made me think. After that last replicant had died, he had basically finished his mission. But I forgot to tell you, they had also wanted him to kill that girl that he tested. And she was on the loose. And so when he was heading home, a policeman had stopped him that he had been working with and told him, hey man, you know what? That girl that you've been with, her time is going to eventually be up. But you know what? All of our time is going to eventually be up. And he was like, I wonder why he told me that. But he went on to the house and found the girl at his house. So he woke her up, thought she was dead, but she woke on up. And he was so happy. They decided to get their things and leave. Because whether he hunted her down or not, somebody was going to hunt her down. Another Blade Runner was going to hunt her down. But at that point, you could tell he decided, you know what? I want to be with her so bad. I know she got a time limit on her life, but I'm still going to be with her no matter what. And when he was leaving, he saw something outside of his apartment that the detective had left. It was basically letting him know that the detective had said, you know what? I'm cool with you escaping with your woman, no matter whether it's going to be a short time or not. And you know what? Deckard, a.k.a. Harrison Ford, got the hell out of there with his synthetic lady, and he looked happy as hell to do it. This movie didn't get raving stars from me, just flat out. It probably got about a 5.5 to a 6 in overall enjoyment. But from a context standpoint, it probably was about an 8 in my opinion, because I really love the whole artificial intelligence, synthetic take on things. And I love the way that the AI in this movie, it was so highly intelligent. It was better than Cherry 2000, in my opinion, how good the AI was depicted to be. Of course, I know it was human actors, but the way they depicted that AI was excellent. And the girl that he ultimately left with, man, she was smoking hot. Her name was Rachel in the movie. So, with all that said, I say if you're a dog owner, yeah, you can check it out. But you ain't finna jump out your seats, but you'll definitely like the take on artificial intelligence or synthetic life in general that's depicted in this movie. It does have a very futuristic take in that regard. We hope you guys enjoyed that review. We love you to hit those subscriptions and notifications. But as of right now, me, J. King Hefner, and the beautiful Cali Sun, we are out.